This is the Blue Snowball Ice. It's potentially the most popular beginner mic on the planet, and as every starting out YouTuber does, I bought this several years ago as the first substantial upgrade to my video's audio quality. But I wanted to make an update video on this guy as I've upgraded through several generations of mics since this one, tested quite the array of other budget USB mics along the way, and that's made it so I feel more informed, with my palate cleansed, to talk about my updated thoughts on the Snowball Ice. Also, one more thing before the sound test recorded in the game room. This intro segment was recorded on the Snowball, just in a small room, with a pop filter and unedited. When we transition to the sound test in the game room in just a sec, do keep in mind the room is medium sized and I'm not using a pop filter in this environment. I just want to give you all a few different contexts and environments to really feel out the Snowball's audio quality. So we're starting things off here with a little sound test because the most important thing about a mic is how it sounds. Here's me talking directly into the Snowball from a distance of around 6 inches. I've said previously that if you had problems with popping P's in your voice and getting a pop filter is not an option, then you could rotate the mic 45 degrees to kind of help alleviate the popping P's. I tend not to struggle with popping P's in recent years, maybe as a result of just doing voiceovers for so long, but I will rotate the Snowball 45 degrees right now, just to kind of emulate how I used the Snowball in the past, because this is definitely advice I gave in past videos, and it's actually something you can find in a lot of online guides as well. So let's transition. Before we do that, let's rotate the mic back to default position, straight into me straight into the mic, and transition to selectively edited audio. At Snowball Audio, I've run through my plugin chain in Cakewalk to make it more voiceover ready. As I talk more here and give you all a better example of the potential of this mic with these edits, I do want to talk about the default sound signature. First off, if you're upgrading from a phone mic like I was, or a super cheap handheld audio recorder, or something like that, you'll very much like how crispy and bassy this mic is relative to both those options. It's a good sound of $50, and the years that have passed since it was released really don't affect that verdict. But what I will say is there are a lot more comparable options these days, around $50, that may threaten the Snowball as the best upgrade you could make at this price. Just one example, there's that mic kit for gaming I reviewed last year that was $60 around the time I made the video. Now it's $48 on Amazon, and you gotta admit, it's gonna detract from the Snowball that there's this kit with an arm, a shock mount, and a pop filter that doesn't sound half bad at the same price. That entire video was recorded with the mic, and I of course give my thoughts in more detail in that video, so feel free to head over there if you want and judge the audio quality for yourself. But coming back to the Snowball and its specific sound signature characteristics, I do feel like it lacks a little bit of crisp in the upper frequencies due to the relatively limited frequency response rate, where the windy tones, the windy frequencies, if you will, kind of tend to lose some crisp, and then down back towards the mids. I've always felt like the Snowball had kind of a metallic sound to it, if you will. So as we leave that little A-roll section filmed in the medium-sized game room with no other equipment, do remember the rest of the video is recorded with the Snowball as well. It's the same environment as the intro segment, small room, pop filter, just edited going forward till the end of the video. So let's talk about design. First off, it's sturdy enough to where mine, which I bought back at the beginning of 2017, is still working fine with the main head, stand, and cable all fully functional and still looking pretty. Looking pretty, that is, if you're one that likes how this mic looks aesthetically. These days, I give Blue a lot of credit for making this mic so recognizable and universal. There's very few people that have touched audio ever that wouldn't know what this guy is. But at the same time, I don't like how this mic looks sitting on my desk, to be honest. It kind of looks like an alien with that top-heavy look and those weirdly shaped sound grills. That's ultimately up to you, though, if you like the look. And with respect to setup and usage, I kind of miss the days of using plug-and-play USB mics, as opposed to my more professional setup that requires running my XLR mic into the interface and from there into the computer, and having to make sure I got good low-latency drivers to make the mic usable for what I want it to do. You don't got to do any of that with the Snowball, as it's ready to go literally 5 seconds after you plug it in. But overall, my verdict at the end of the day is that despite all the positives with the Snowball, it's the least worth it it's ever been. I say that just because there's so many other options like that kit I mentioned earlier, other options from budget brands like Fiffen, Tonor, and Movo, and even better mics from Blue themselves that you could probably get for the same price if you explored used options on eBay. I'm not bashing the Snowball Ice either though. If an effortless, great sounding upgrade to your current gear is what you're looking for, you're not going to regret the Snowball at all. It's proved the most popular way to up your quality real quickly and real easily, and it's very much not painful to upgrade from going forward past that point. See y'all next time.